bottom line here,
Sure.
did Judge Watson, the judge in this case, did he essentially decide that the executive order, the travel ban, is a religious test?
Yes, I mean, essentially the rationale that Judge Watson applied to this case was a little different from what Judge Robart did in the Washington case, where he looked at it and analyzed the factors from the Establishment Clause standpoint, which is essentially the Establishment Clause just wants to make sure that whenever there is an official action taken by the state, that it's not favoring one religion or disfavoring one religion, as was the case here.
Attorney General Chin, how do you respond to President Trump's reaction to this move? He said in public comments on Wednesday that this judgment displays unprecedented judicial overreach. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't think that Judge Watson was necessarily overreaching, since there is precedent for the courts to be able to look at the context. Context matters. In other words, that is something that the U.S. government has been arguing, which is that the only right thing to do is to look at the four corners of a document to see whether or not there's neutral language. Unfortunately for them, the Supreme Court has disagreed with that proposition and has told judges that the right thing to do is actually to look at what is going on behind the curtain, and that is our argument. And essentially, that's what was happening. There have been so many statements, and even up until tonight, statements made by President Trump, and even when he was a candidate, and now when he's president, that just indicate that he continues to display, unfortunately, a religious animus that is not constitutional.
During arguments, the Department of Justice asked the judge if he was leaning towards an injunction, if he could tailor it specifically for Hawaii. He rejected that and applied it nationwide. So they lost on that front as well. What are the implications there?
Right. Well, I mean, I think certainly the most important thing is that national security is protected, and what really the implication of this temporary restraining order is that the existing system, which is very secure, which is very strict, and is also constitutional, continues to remain in place.